Good morning, Havencraft friends. It's so good to see you. Today we're going to be working on the last of our syllable types. So we know 6 syllable types and we are working on the very last one. If you've looked around your room and found the chart that tells you your syllable types, you know that I'm talking about the vowel R syllable type. The vowel R syllable type is made, we indicate that by kind of putting our 2 fingers together just for the R sound. And what it means is the vowel R syllable type means that there is a R controlled vowel within that syllable, meaning there's a vowel with an R following it that has changed the sound of that the vowel would make. Okay? So I'm going to use these colored chips to represent the sounds in words, and I'm going to, the blue chip, of course, is the consonant sound. The orange chip is for the digraph sound, and the gray chip is going to represent the R, or, and sounds. Now, if you recall, the sound is a little bit tricky because it can be spelled 3 different ways, and so those are the 3 different sounds the R controlled vowels will make, but they do cover all 5 vowels. Okay, so watch me my turn. We're going to build some of the more unusual words just to review that syllable type in the single syllable. Okay, the first word that I'm going to build is birch. Okay, as always, we do finger stretch when we're trying to build a word. We would finger stretch. So I hear ch. I hear 3 sounds. I'm going to pull down those sounds. B is a consonant. That is our vowel controlled sound, and then ch is our digraph. Ch. Okay, so I know that you very, very quickly know that the b is going to be the letter B. That's what we would use to write it. The is definitely the R controlled. We're going to kind of come back to that, and the ch is that CH. So we have our syllable types for the R controlled is R, or, and but can also be spelled with an IR or the UR, and there is absolutely no way for you to tell the difference. That is just a memorization part, okay? So in the word birch tree, it is IR, okay? So that is a kind of a tree, birch, okay? So the R and the OR sound are easier to hear because we know that that's going to be the A and that's going to be the O, but these 3 are all the same. Okay, all right. Let's try a couple more so we can really make sure we've got those R controls down. Okay, our next word is marsh. A marsh is kind of a wet, muddy area around a lake where weeds and things might grow. Marsh. Sh. 3 sounds. Okay. If you've got some paper handy, you might try to build and write these, but we'll build them together, and you might give it a try for writing. Is our consonant. R, that is our R controlled sound. Sh is our digraph. Okay. So if you've got a paper, you can try to see if you can write the word marsh. Okay. And we just make sure that we have letters to match the sounds we hear. R. So again, that is what AR says. R. Sh. Marsh. Okay. Another word we can give a try is the word perch. Perch. Perch is a type of fish, or it can also be what a bird does on a twig. It would perch on a twig. It kind of means to sort of sit up on a twig. Birds perch. Okay. Perch. 3 sounds again. Okay. That's our R control, so that's our gray. And then ch. Okay. Perch. Okay. So are we hearing R or Yes, it is Try it as you write it. See if you can write this with me. We've got the p and we've got the ch. Give all 3 a try in there just to see. Okay. This is the one, and the more that you read the more familiar you'll get. It is the ER. Okay, but again, if you are writing and you hear that sound and you just have no idea, just choose one of them and move on. And then when you do your editing, you can fix it to the right sound. Okay, that's always a good strategy. All right, this time I will do another word. The word is stork. 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 Stork is an animal that you might see around a lake. Okay, they're very tall birds. A stork. Okay, so I hear stork. 4 sounds in the word stork. Stork. Not that one, is it? It's this one. Okay, stork. I hope when you're writing, you are sounding your words as you write them, okay? It's very important to do that because it helps your brain get those letters down on paper. So as you're writing, take the time to make sure you are softly sounding those words as you're writing them. Similar to what I've been doing here. Or, so hopefully you heard the or, which is that R controlled right there, and then k. So that's the thing, that k sound in the end, there are 2 letters that could make that sound. One is more common at the end of a word, okay? And it's not a digraph, so we know it's not 2 letters making one sound, okay? So it's not CK, stork. But if I'm not sure, I guess I could just choose. That looks kind of funny, that C there at the end of a word, okay? So more common is the K at the end of the word. But again, with something like that, you could handle that at the editing process. The word stork, okay? A couple more words. Here's a good one. This word that we're going to do is slur. Slur means if you're kind of talking and you're talking very fast, your words kind of run together. When we're reading out loud, we don't want to slur our words together. We want to say them very precisely. Okay, so slur, slur, 3 sounds. Slur. I hear this okay, so now I need to be thinking R or slur. Okay, and as I go to write it, you'll see me, and I'm a grown-up, and I always sound my words as I'm writing them because I don't want to make mistakes or leave out letters. Slur. Okay, we have a choice. And if those of you have been watching, you know I haven't used one of these yet. So it's the one we haven't used. It's the UR. Okay, slur. All right. Hopefully you're getting some good tips, and I have one last one for you today. Okay. It's important to review this skill because our next 2 lessons are going to be on using or looking for R-controlled syllables in multi-syllable words. So it's important to remember that what this one is. Our last word for today is stern. Stern means kind of the voice that a teacher uses when she is not fooling around. Stern. Okay, let's stretch it out. Stern. 4 sounds. That's our R controlled. Stern. Okay. Well, of course we know we've got this. It can be any of these 3. Okay, because it's making that sound. It is the ER. Stern. Okay. That's our last word that we're ending with. Remember, boys and girls, when you see words, there are some words we don't know. And so that's why we always look right at that vowel sound, and we determine what vowel we're working with and the syllable type, and then we can go through and sound the word, especially in those unfamiliar words. Thanks for doing a great job.